Hi, thanks for listening. I'm Mayor Jim Fiorentini. Today, we've got a lot of good things happening in the city of Haverhill. We've had 2 new restaurants open in Haverhill just this week. I'm kind of surprised. Which restaurants are in trouble all over the country, all over the state, but 2 of them decided to invest in Haverhill. A new Mexican restaurant downtown at Harbor Place called Barrios, and a new Japanese steakhouse, steak and sushi, called Kobe's Japanese Restaurant and Sushi. They're on Upper Main Street, right on the Plastow line. We welcome their investment, we welcome the jobs they bring us, and we thank them for coming. The big thing people are talking about today in Haverhill is going back to school. Tentatively, schools will be open in some fashion or other on September 16th. And we're still debating, we'll be making a vote next week on whether to have all remote, all in school, or a hybrid mix of remote, some mix and some in school. Now we have a school committee meeting tonight, Thursday night, and if you're at all concerned or interested in this, I want you to watch on Channel 9, the government channel, starting at 7 p.m., and you'll be able to log in to the school committee meeting and watch that meeting. If you prefer, you can also give public comment. Now, if you go on to the school department website, you have to log in and register in advance for public comment, and you need to do that before the meeting, so take a look at that. Next Monday, we're going to have another meeting for public comment. We want to hear from you, and that meeting will be at 6 o'clock upstairs in the council chambers. It'll be a live meeting. We're going to be socially distanced. We're going to keep people who are waiting in the auditorium. So please show up to that, or again, you'll be able to log in. Or you can always email us, mayor@cityofhaverhill.com. Let us know your thoughts. We're taking great measures to make certain that our teachers and all of our children are safe. You'll hear about them if you watch the meeting tonight. There'll be great cleaning and sanitizing. The children will all be wearing masks, as will the teachers. They'll be 6 feet apart in the classroom. There'll be no mixing in gyms, and it's going to be very safe. We successfully reopened the economy here in Massachusetts, and there's been no spike in cases. And in some way or other, we need to educate our children, make certain they get a good education. I favor a hybrid plan that'll have children back in school sometime and remote learning other times, and it'll have our high-risk children who really cannot be taught remotely, cannot be taught at their houses, will get an in-person education. That's what I'll be pushing for. Education is super important and super essential. We cannot allow our children not to get properly educated. Of course, it has to be safe, and we're going to take all reasonable measures to make certain that it is. We're going to follow the American Academy of Pediatrics, which has said so long as it's safe, and we believe as it is, the children should be back in school. We're going to be following the recommendation of the Governor of Massachusetts and the Secretary of Education that in some fashion or other, either hybrid or in person, the kids be back in school. And we're going to be following the recommendation of the Center for Disease Control. Having children at home presents unique challenges. Children get depressed just like adults do. Children end up thinking about suicide and drug addiction. There are all kinds of problems with all children being left at home. If we can bring them back safely, we need to do so. We also need to have options for parents. If you're a parent and you don't feel safe sending your children back to school, then we want you to have an option that your children can be educated at home and educated remotely. Parents who stay with their children and who assist them or have someone else do so, your children will do just fine. I'm Mayor Jim Fiorentini. Please be sure to tune into the meeting and call me if you have any questions or comments. Thanks for listening.